Lake Vostok is one of the most mysterious places on Earth, hidden beneath Antarctica's thick ice sheet. It is the largest of Antarctica's subglacial lakes, sitting nearly 4,000 meters beneath the ice, in a region known as the southern pole of cold. Despite being buried under ice for millions of years, this massive lake remains a body of liquid water, sealed away from the outside world. The existence of Lake Vostok was first suspected in the late 1950s by Russian geographer Andrei Kapitsa. He studied seismic data from the Soviet Antarctic expeditions and noticed something unusual beneath the ice. Over the next few decades, scientists from Russia, Britain, and the United States continued to study the area using radar and satellite technology. Finally, in 1993, a researcher named J.P. Ridley confirmed the presence of the lake using laser altimetry from the ERS-1 satellite. Lake Vostok is massive, roughly the size of Lake Ontario. Unlike other lakes on Earth, it has been completely sealed off from the atmosphere for an estimated 15 to 25 million years. This means that whatever is living in the lake, if anything, is completely isolated from the rest of the planet. Scientists believe that if microbial life exists in this extreme environment, it could help us understand how life might survive in similar conditions on other planets. One of the reasons Lake Vostok has remained liquid for so long is the thick ice above it. The weight of the ice creates immense pressure, lowering the freezing point of water. Additionally, geothermal heat from the Earth's interior provides enough warmth to keep the lake from turning into solid ice. Because of this, Lake Vostok is one of the few places on Earth where water has been trapped in isolation for such an extended period. Despite its isolation, the lake is not completely cut off from the world above. The ice above Lake Vostok slowly moves, and over time, new layers of ice form, while old layers sink deeper. This process could allow for some exchange of materials, but scientists are still studying how this movement affects the lake's ecosystem. The discovery of Lake Vostok raised many questions. What secrets are hidden in its waters? Could there be life thriving in the darkness below? Scientists have worked for decades to find answers, but exploring a lake buried under kilometers of ice is no easy task. As we continue, we will explore how scientists have attempted to reach Lake Vostok, the challenges they have faced, and the controversies surrounding their research. Reaching the Lake Vostok has been one of the most difficult challenges in Antarctic exploration. Scientists knew that drilling through nearly 4,000 meters of solid ice would take years, and the risk of contaminating the pristine lake was a major concern. Researchers had to develop careful drilling methods to avoid introducing modern bacteria or chemicals into the ancient water. The first serious attempt to drill down to the lake began in the 1990s, led by Russian scientists at Vostok Station. Instead of drilling directly into the lake, they first removed ice samples from above it. These ice cores, taken from the upper layers of the glacier, helped scientists learn about Antarctica's climate history and provided clues about what might be in the lake below. However, drilling too deep risked accidentally releasing water from the lake, which could ruin the untouched environment. To prevent contamination, Russian researchers used a special technique called thermal drilling, combined with a kerosene-based antifreeze. While this helped to keep the borehole open, some scientists worried that the chemicals could seep into the lake. The debate over the best way to reach the lake without harming it continued for years, leading to disagreements between research teams from different countries. In February of 2012, after more than 2 decades of careful drilling, the Russian team finally broke through the last layers of ice and reached the lake's surface. However, instead of extracting water immediately, the pressure from below forced lake water up into the borehole, where it quickly froze. This frozen sample provided scientists with their first glimpse of what was hidden in the depths of Lake Vostok. Further analysis of the ice revealed traces of microbial life, suggesting that despite its extreme isolation, Lake Vostok might not be completely lifeless. However, these findings were met with skepticism, as some researchers argued that the microbes could have come from drilling equipment rather than the lake itself. To settle the debate, more samples needed to be collected, but doing so without contaminating the lake remained a challenge. In the next part, we'll look at what scientists discovered in these samples, what they believe could be hiding in the depths of Lake Vostok, and how this research connects to the search for life beyond Earth. The discovery of possible microbial life in Lake Vostok raised an exciting question. Could an ecosystem exist in complete isolation beneath Antarctica's ice? If so, it would mean that life had survived in total darkness, under extreme pressure, and without direct contact with the atmosphere for millions of years. Scientists quickly set to work analyzing the frozen lake water extracted from the borehole. In 2013, Russian researchers announced that they had found genetic material from bacteria that did not match any known species. Some speculated that these microbes might be native to the lake, evolving independently over millions of years. However, the results were met with skepticism, as critics pointed out the possibility of contamination during drilling. To get more definitive answers, further drilling efforts were planned. However, accessing deeper samples while ensuring the lake remained uncontaminated proved to be an enormous challenge. Unlike surface lakes, which receive nutrients from rivers and the atmosphere, Lake Vostok has been cut off from external sources for millions of years. Scientists wondered whether geothermal heat from the Earth's interior could provide enough energy to sustain life. Some researchers suggested that hydrothermal vents on the lakebed might support microbial communities, much like deep-sea vents found in Earth's oceans. These vents release heat and minerals, creating an environment where life could thrive despite the lack of sunlight. If such an ecosystem existed in Lake Vostok, it would be one of the most extreme examples of life adapting to harsh conditions. This research also had implications beyond Earth. Scientists studying icy moons like Europa and Enceladus believe that similar subglacial lakes could exist beneath their frozen surfaces. If life could survive in Lake Vostok, it raised the possibility that extraterrestrial life might exist in the hidden oceans of these distant worlds. Despite these exciting possibilities, access to Lake Vostok remains difficult. The harsh Antarctic conditions make research operations expensive and dangerous, and environmental concerns continue to limit large-scale exploration. However, each new sample provides a small but valuable glimpse into one of the most mysterious and isolated ecosystems on the planet. As we wrap up, we'll explore the latest research efforts, the ongoing debate over how to study the lake responsibly, and what the future may hold for the search for life beneath Antarctica's ice. As research into Lake Vostok continues, scientists remain divided on the best approach to further exploration. The challenge lies in balancing scientific discovery with the need to protect the lake's pristine environment. Given that it has remained untouched for millions of years, even the smallest contamination could alter whatever ecosystems might exist beneath the ice. One proposed solution is to develop cleaner drilling methods, such as using sterile probes that can melt their way through the ice without introducing foreign materials. These probes would be equipped with cameras and instruments to analyze the lake's conditions in real time. However, developing technology that can function under such extreme pressure and temperatures remains a significant obstacle. In recent years, scientists have turned to indirect methods to study the lake's characteristics. Advanced radar mapping has provided a clearer picture of its depth and structure. These studies suggest that Lake Vostok may not be an isolated body of water, but part of a larger subglacial system connected to other hidden lakes beneath the Antarctic ice. This raises new questions about the movement of water beneath the ice sheet and how these lakes might interact. The search for life in Lake Vostok is also ongoing. Some researchers believe that instead of thriving in the open water, any life forms may exist in sediments at the bottom of the lake, where nutrients could accumulate over time. Studying these sediments could reveal not only whether life exists, but also provide insights into Antarctica's ancient climate history. As technology improves, future missions may be able to explore the lake more directly. If researchers can safely retrieve uncontaminated samples, it could change our understanding of how life survives in extreme conditions. These discoveries could have major implications for the search for extraterrestrial life, reinforcing the idea that life may exist in the ice-covered oceans of distant planets and moons. For now, Lake Vostok remains one of Earth's greatest scientific mysteries. Its hidden waters continue to challenge researchers, offering a glimpse into a world untouched by time. As new techniques are developed, the hope is that one day we may finally uncover the secrets locked beneath Antarctica's ice.